What's going on, guys? Patrick here from PatrickLineRealty.com, and in this video we are going to cover 7 things that no one tells you about living in Hawaii. So stick around to get all the details. See you on the other side. Okay guys, so you are excited about moving out to Hawaii, or maybe just exploring moving out to Hawaii, whether it's any of the islands, Oahu, Maui, Kauai, Molokai, wherever it is that you're looking to move. But there are some things that people just don't tell you. So in this video, we're going to cover 7 things that no one tells you about living in Hawaii. So let's jump into it. Number 1, leasehold versus fee simple. Now, I've made a video that covers everything when it comes to leasehold versus fee simple right here, but I'll quickly break it down. Fee simple is basically 80% of what you see when it comes to purchasing a property out here, where you own the structure and you own the land, what most people are used to when it comes to purchasing real estate. But out here, we also have some properties that are called leasehold, and these are mostly the beachfront properties that you see when you're shopping for a home on Zillow and it says $80,000, 1,000 square feet, ocean view, and that may sound attractive when you see the price tag, but there's a couple things you need to know about that, because it's really just glorified renting. Basically, you own the structure, but you're renting the land. So it's really important that when you see any property that's basically under 250 grand, 99.9% of the time it's leasehold, and usually not the best investment. But if you want to dive deeper into that, again, check out that video about leasehold versus fee simple. Number 2, not all islands are equal. Now, the second thing that you want to know is that not all islands out here in the chain of Hawaii are actually equal. Now, there's actually 7 islands out here in Hawaii, but only 6 that people actually live on. That's going to be Oahu, Maui, Molokai, Kauai, Lanai, and the Big Island. Now let's break each one of these islands down and summarize it in a nutshell. The first one is Oahu. This is where I live. This is where you're going to find most of the military bases. If you're in the military, this is most likely where you'll be stationed. It's where we have the biggest population, the largest infrastructure in my opinion. Second island we'll discuss is Maui. Maui is another beautiful island, and the difference between Maui and Oahu is Maui tends to have more space. You see a lot of ag land. If you're looking to purchase a property, you can definitely find properties that have multiple acres on it. And we also tend to see a lot of transplants move to Maui for whatever reason. So that's also another great option if you're looking to move to Hawaii, but it's a big difference from Oahu. The next island is Kauai, and is also known as the Garden Island, and for good reason. This island is absolutely gorgeous. It's got lush greenery everywhere, beautiful waterfalls, beautiful hikes. I mean, all the islands do, but Kauai itself is absolutely gorgeous and very lush. Now, one thing to keep in mind about Kauai is that it's kind of can be a little bit of a bear when it comes to traffic, because there's literally one road that goes around the entire island. So traffic can be somewhat of an issue. The next island we'll discuss is Molokai. Now, Molokai itself is very small in the sense of its population. There's really not that many people that live there. I think they might have a couple condos and hotels there. Probably not the best top choice for you if you're looking for some sense of community or infrastructure. There's literally nothing there in regards to that, but it is another option for you. The next island is Lanai. Now, Lanai itself, I think 98% of it is actually owned by one person. There isn't too much structure when it comes to buying houses and things like that. They do have a couple hotels, so it's a great place to vacation. I think they have but there isn't too much when it comes to actually purchasing property out there. Now, the last island we'll cover is the Big Island, also known as Hawaii. Now, that might be confusing to some of you people because you said I'm going to Hawaii, but the next question that someone should ask you is, well, which island are you going to? Because if you say Hawaii and you're going to Hawaii, you're actually referring to the Big Island. Now, the Big Island itself is exactly that. It's massive, it's large. If you need to go anywhere, it's usually a long drive, but they do offer a lot cheaper land, and once again, lots of space because it's so large, and it's one of the main islands that we tend to see a lot of volcano activity. The Big Island is usually broken down into 2 parts of the island. You've got the Hilo side and the Kona side. The Hilo side tends to be a lot more wet and just a little bit more climate going on there. And then the Kona side is where we tend to see a little bit more infrastructure, lots more hotels and things of that nature. So that's pretty much the breakdown of all the islands that are inhabitable at this moment. The third thing you want to keep in mind is culture. The culture out here is very deep and ingrained in the people out here. And more specifically, it's important that you guys learn about the history if you're moving out here to Hawaii, so you can understand how to respect the people and the land. But one thing you want to keep in mind is that the culture out here is very much ingrained in a slow-paced, present kind of mentality. So if you're coming from New York or California or somewhere that's really fast-paced, just know that that's not how things work out here. People are more kicked back, laid back, cruisy, don't really want to scream, yell, honk at people. They just kind of want to go through life and, more importantly, enjoy the beauty around them, the people around them, and more importantly, their family. So keep in mind when it comes to the culture that you are in the mindset of embracing it instead of trying to change it. The fourth thing you want to know is that if you are shipping your fur baby or your pet out to Hawaii, there is a quarantine process and definitely a lot of steps before you ship your fur baby out here. So I've got a video right here that goes over the step-by-step process on how to do that. So make sure you check that out. But just know that you're going to need at least 3 months from when you're planning on actually shipping your cat or dog or pet out to Hawaii, when you go through that entire process to when they actually arrive. So make sure you check out that video because it is a very unique process you need to understand, because Hawaii itself is a rabies-free state, which is beautiful, but they like to keep it that way. And how they do that is this very strict policy when it comes to shipping your pet out here. Number 5 is Amazon Prime. So we do have Amazon Prime, but just keep in mind you will never order something and receive it the same day. What I found is on average when you order through Amazon Prime, usually you'll receive it in like 3 to 5 business days, which I find to still be amazing that something you can order from the Amazon shipping house in the mainland can actually still arrive in 3 to 5 business days. But just know that even if you're paying for a Prime account, you're not going to get it ever same day. Number 6 is HOA fees. Now, HOA fees, or homeowner association fees or maintenance fees, tend to be significantly higher out here in Hawaii than they are on some parts of the mainland, depending on what island you're on or what area you're shopping in. But generally in Oahu, you can expect to pay anywhere between $300 and $750, $800 a month on average when it comes to HOAs. So that's something you want to factor in if you're shopping for a condo or townhouse, to factor in that extra expense. And keep in mind, guys, this HOA fee never goes down. Very rarely does it go down. So it's best if you try to find one that's actually on the lower end of that average. So just something to keep in mind. Now, number 7, and the last thing that I'll mention today, is that not all islands have active volcanoes, and the key word there is active. The most active one right now is on the Big Island. The reason why I bring this up is because I usually get calls when Mauna Loa was going off and going nuts. It still is as we speak. People were like, are you okay? Is your house going to get hit by the volcano? No, I'm on a completely different island. So the worst that we get is what we call fog, which is basically like fog, but it's from the smoke from the volcano that will come in here and sometimes make it harder to breathe. But we don't have active volcanoes on all the islands, so that's not something you really have to worry about unless you're on the Big Island and close to that volcano. All right, guys, well, those are the 7 things that most people won't tell you when it comes to moving out to Hawaii or living in Hawaii. If you guys got any value out of this content, if you could do me a huge favor, if you could smash that like button as well as click the subscribe and notification bell so you can get notified whenever I drop videos just like this. And also, if you guys have any questions about purchasing or selling real estate out here in Hawaii, I'd be happy to assist you. Got my contact information right here, or you can directly DM me on any of my social media platforms. Again, this is Patrick Longley with PatrickLongleyRealty.com, powered by eXp Realty. Hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Aloha.